the icy, unforgiving waters of the Antarctic Ocean, a massive ship sits stranded in the frozen sea, helplessly locked in place by the thick sheets of ice surrounding it. The captain moves restlessly across the deck, doing everything in his power to safely evacuate the ship and protect its passengers. But the cold is only growing harsher, the temperature dropping with every passing hour. At this point, survival is rapidly slipping from possible to nearly impossible. On one snowy, storm-ridden night, as the wind howls like a wounded beast, a chilling scream cuts through the darkness. A man is shouting desperately for help. Alarmed, the captain and a few loyal crew members immediately rush toward the source of the cries. They find a man on the brink of death, shaking violently, his voice cracking as he pleads, "Please, either take me with you or kill me. Don't leave me here to suffer." His desperation moves the captain deeply, and despite the danger, he orders the man to be brought aboard the ship. But no sooner does the captain help him inside than a terrible presence approaches. A monstrous creature, something unnatural, was chasing that man. Though only its horrifying arms and long, twisting tentacles are visible at first, that brief glimpse is enough to send fear through everyone present. The monster immediately launches itself at the crew, attacking with brutal force. They fight back with everything they have, but nothing works. Bullets don't pierce it. Blades don't cut it. Nothing slows it down. In a final attempt, one of the soldiers fires a powerful mini-rocket-like weapon at the beast. The blast knocks the monster off the ship, but still it does not die. Instead, in a rage, the creature latches onto the vessel from below and shakes it violently. The ship groans under the pressure, its interior sustaining heavy damage, its passengers' lives hanging in the balance. Seeing no other choice, the captain climbs above and strikes the ice near the monster with tremendous force. The blow shatters the surrounding ice, sending the creature plummeting deep into the freezing, deadly water. The crew watches anxiously, believing the monster has finally been killed. But they are wrong. Morning arrives with eerie calm. The captain goes to check on the man they rescued last night. He asks him, "How did this monster come after you?" Hearing this, the man begins to recount his story. The scene transitions into his memories. We see Victor as a 12-year-old boy. He was the son of a renowned scientist, a man who wanted Victor to follow in his footsteps and become a brilliant doctor. Through immense effort, both his father's and his own, Victor grew up to become a scientist at a very young age. But despite all his achievements, his science proved useless when it mattered most. Victor could not save his mother. Heartbroken and furious, Victor confronted his father, asking, "What is the point of all this science if we couldn't even save my mother?" His father tried to explain gently, telling him that bringing someone back to life is beyond human power. That moment marked the beginning of a new and dangerous path in Victor's life. From that point on, he became obsessed with discovering a way to revive the dead. He convinced himself that he would find a formula or technique his father knew nothing about. The story shifts briefly back to the present, revealing that the monster which had been buried underwater last night has surfaced once again. Shockingly, despite spending the entire night in freezing water, it shows no signs of weakness, not even a sneeze. The narrative returns once more to Victor's past. Years passed as he tirelessly pursued his dream. By the time Victor turned 30, he finally discovered a method to revive human beings using human organs and electricity. Excited and confident, he attended a meeting of influential businessmen to present his invention. There, before their horrified eyes, Victor revealed that he had successfully brought half a human body back to life using a machine he engineered. The businessmen were stunned and terrified. To them, Victor was challenging the natural order, challenging God himself. They accused him of imagining himself as a god, trying to resurrect humans in a way no man should. They demanded he stop immediately. Victor, however, ignored their protest. He threw a ball at the humanoid he had created. Shockingly, the half-human caught the ball and even spoke. The room erupted in panic. Terrified, the businessmen ordered Victor to leave at once. No one was willing to invest in his experiment. Victor left the room, leaving behind the creature he had made, still writhing in pain. Some people turned against Victor's research entirely. They feared that if news of his discovery spread, death would no longer exist, and the world would become dangerously overpopulated. Disheartened, Victor walked away, only to receive a call from a wealthy and powerful businessman. This man possessed immense wealth and a vast empire, but his life was slipping away due to a terminal illness. For years, he had been searching for a way to extend his life. After hearing about Victor's experiments, he finally felt a spark of hope. He believed Victor could save him. The businessman told him, "I will get you all the money you need, everything you require, from anywhere in the world. Build your lab, complete your experiment, and later, save my life." Victor was overjoyed. He immediately visited his brother William to share the news. William was happy for him, and Victor met William's wife Elizabeth. She warned him gently, telling him that there is a fine line between science and God. She urged him to use science wisely, but never to imagine himself a deity. Victor went to a remote location where no one would learn of his experiment. He slowly transformed an old mansion into a massive, isolated castle. He ordered 2 enormous silver antennas. He knew that bringing a full human back to life would require an unimaginable amount of electricity, far more than anything available at that time. So he devised a plan to use lightning itself. The silver antennas would capture the lightning and channel it into his creation, animating the human he had built. William and Elizabeth, who was also the niece of a powerful businessman, helped Victor complete the lab. Once everything was ready, Victor conducted countless experiments to bring a full human to life. Each attempt failed. Then Elizabeth advised him, "Not like this. Start from the beginning. Look at yourself. Create it the way you are." Victor finally understood. He started over. He studied human body movements and connected the skeleton and muscles of his humanoid with wires so that it could move its arms and legs, even walk. He carefully laid wires throughout its body. After building the structure, he needed organs, but where could he get them? War was raging at the time. He collected numerous dead bodies from the battlefield, cutting them open one by one, removing organs and placing them into his humanoid exactly as they would be in a real human. He implanted the eyes of one person, the nose of another. The process was gruesome and horrifying. At last, he completed the body. He named it Frankenstein. He connected Frankenstein's heart to a power machine designed to bring it to life using electricity. All he could do now was wait for a thunderstorm, when lightning would strike his silver towers and finally animate the creature he had built. One day, the storm arrived. Victor believed his dream would be fulfilled that very night. Coincidentally, the businessman who had invested in the experiment also arrived. Victor asked him, "Today the experiment will be completed. What is it that you want from me?" The man replied, "What more could I want? When I die, I want you to bring me back to life, just like this body. And if you cannot revive me, then put my heart and mind inside this body." Victor refused. "No, I will not alter my creation any further." The businessman grew furious. A fight broke out between them. In the struggle, the businessman fell and died. Lightning then struck Victor's towers, but even after the powerful surge of energy, Victor realized his experiment had failed. Frankenstein did not come to life. Victor was completely shattered. Everything he had worked for, all the years of sleepless nights, all the pain and sacrifice, it felt like it had been for nothing. His enormous effort had gone to waste. Exhausted beyond measure, he collapsed and eventually drifted into a troubled sleep. But when he woke the next morning, he saw something that froze him to his core. Frankenstein, the creature he had stitched together from death itself, was walking. He was standing right in front of Victor. The sight of his own creation, wrapped head to toe in thick bandages, moving like a being torn from nightmares, filled Victor with pure terror. The creature's movements were unnatural, stiff, jerky, clearly not human. Each part of its massive body had once belonged to someone else. A corpse assembled from limbs and organs of countless dead men, now stitched together by Victor's ambition. The mere sight of this hulking patchwork being made Victor's heart race. Even he, its creator, trembled in fear. Overwhelmed, Victor locked the creature inside a hidden chamber. It was then Victor realized the truth. The creature's mind was no more developed than that of an infant. It understood nothing of the world. It had been born a giant, but mentally it was a newborn. So Victor took it upon himself to teach the creature, beginning with speech. He named the creature after himself, saying slowly, "I am Victor." The creature mimicked him in a thunderous, unsettling voice. "I am Victor." Day after day, Victor taught him more: how to stand, how to walk, how to express words. But in all his efforts, Victor overlooked one crucial thing. A child must be treated like a child. Frankenstein wasn't ready to be taught like an adult, and Victor's impatience only widened the gap between them. A few days later, Victor's brother William arrived at the mansion with his wife Elizabeth. Their visit startled Victor. He knew Elizabeth's uncle had died because of his reckless fight with the businessman, and fear gripped him. Before Victor could warn them, Elizabeth heard strange noises echoing from the basement. Curious and concerned, she followed the sounds, only to come face to face with Frankenstein. She was shocked, horrified, yet undeniably amazed. Victor had accomplished the impossible. Staring up at the immense creature, she said softly, "You're so big." Frankenstein tilted his head, asking in his deep voice, "Your name?" She smiled nervously and told him. Elizabeth, unlike Victor, spoke to the creature gently, in the simple, patient manner one would use with a child. She even began to teach him words: water, air, fire. Victor watched with jealousy growing in his chest. Frankenstein understood Elizabeth better than he understood Victor. Her simplicity resonated with the creature. Enraged and threatened, Victor abruptly ordered William to take Elizabeth away. "The creature I created is dangerous," Victor snapped. "He is the one who killed Elizabeth's uncle." He showed William the lifeless body of her uncle and warned him, "If you care about your life and hers, leave at once. I'll destroy this creature myself." Frightened, William obeyed. He led Elizabeth away from the ship, and as soon as they left, Victor drenched the entire mansion in gasoline, set it ablaze, and watched flames spread across every wall. An explosion erupted, throwing Victor violently across the ground. His leg was torn apart, barely attached by a few veins. William, horrified at Victor's condition, rushed him and Elizabeth back to the city to save his life. The story then returns to the present. Now, Frankenstein, having emerged from the icy waters unharmed, had infiltrated the ship, setting sections of it ablaze in a rage born of years of suffering. The captain confronted him. "Is the story Victor told us true?" he demanded. "Are you truly so dangerous that you kill humans?" Frankenstein responded, "No, that is only half the truth. I have never killed a human." He paused, his voice trembling with old wounds. "Yes, I am angry with Victor. He left me to die in that burning palace. I barely escaped, crawling through the basement into the woods. For years I wandered, alone, frightened, lost. Victor never considered that I was a child inside. How was I supposed to survive? Even animals fled at the sight of me." He described how hunters, upon seeing him, attacked him repeatedly, believing he was some evil creature. On one occasion, they shot him and he barely survived. Seeking refuge, he stumbled into a small home and passed out. When he awoke, every wound on his body had healed. Shaken, he searched the house and discovered a warm, loving family living inside. Something inside him yearned for such love, something he had never experienced and desperately needed. He secretly watched the family's grandfather teach his granddaughter. He observed their speech, their kindness, their affection. And in the shadows, he learned. He absorbed their language and copied their gestures. Wanting to help them, he began sneaking out at night to gather wood for them, to hunt food. The family wondered where these gifts were coming from, until the old grandfather said, "Perhaps God is watching over us." Time passed. The family eventually decided to move to the city, leaving the old grandfather behind. What Frankenstein didn't know was that the old man was blind. He sensed the creature's presence long before he ever saw him. He had always known Frankenstein lived in the house, but he also knew Frankenstein had a gentle heart. When the family left, Frankenstein finally approached the grandfather. To his joy, the old man accepted him, embraced him as a member of his family. He taught him to read, to reason, to behave like a human being. One day, as the old man spoke gently to him, he asked, "Where did you come from?" Frankenstein froze. He had no answer. The old man guided him, saying, "You must remember where you last were. Go there. You will find answers." So Frankenstein returned to Victor's mansion, now in ruins, and discovered the truth of his existence. He wasn't born. He was manufactured, a creation, project, and he found Victor's address. Filled with hope, he decided to seek Victor out, not for revenge, but to plead for a companion. Someone like him, someone he could talk to, live with, survive the cruel world with. But when he rushed back to share this discovery with the old man, he found the house attacked by wolves. The grandfather lay dying. Frankenstein begged him to live. He was the only soul who had ever treated him as human. Before he could save him, the grandfather's sons arrived. Seeing Frankenstein, they assumed he had killed their father. They shot him repeatedly until he collapsed. But he did not die. When he awoke, the man who had taught him love and humanity was gone forever. Heartbroken, Frankenstein set out to find Victor. While traveling, he encountered Victor and William celebrating, drinking, laughing. The sight filled him with fury. While he endured pain and loneliness, Victor lived a carefree life. Enraged, Frankenstein attacked him, vowing, "I will kill you." Victor, equally tormented, shouted, "Kill me. I regret creating you. I regret saving a monster like you." Frankenstein pleaded, "I'm not a monster." But Victor ignored him and raised his gun. Elizabeth threw herself in front of the bullet. Frankenstein watched helplessly as the only two people who ever saw him as human, Grandpa and Elizabeth, died because of misunderstanding. Holding Elizabeth's lifeless body, Frankenstein walked away in devastation. William broke down and blamed Victor, banishing him from his house. Enraged and drowning in guilt, Victor set out to hunt Frankenstein again. He even mutilated Frankenstein's face, slicing off his nose. "I will have my revenge," he screamed. Frankenstein only said, "If you want revenge, find me." Years passed. Victor chased him through mountains, forests, icy wastelands, risking his own life. One day, Frankenstein confronted him. "What do you have to kill me?" he asked coldly. "Give it to me. I will kill myself. And if I don't die, I will kill you." Victor handed him dynamite. Frankenstein detonated it. His entire body exploded, but he regenerated, as he always did. So he returned to fulfill his vow to kill Victor or die trying. While torturing Victor, Victor screamed for help from the captain and crew, the very moment shown at the beginning of the film. Now, in the present, Frankenstein finished telling the captain and Victor his story. With tears in his eyes, he said, "I never wanted anything from you. I never wanted to kill you. All I wanted was for you to make another like me, someone to live beside me." Hearing this, Victor broke down. He apologized through tears. "I didn't trust my own creation." Victor's life was fading fast. With trembling breaths, he whispered, "Live, in my place, and forgive me." Frankenstein forgave him. The entire ship crew wept at the tragic end of Victor's story. Finally, Frankenstein leapt off the ship, broke the ice trapping it, and pushed the vessel back into the ocean, freeing everyone on board. As the ship drifted away, everyone waved at the lonely creature who saved their lives. Frankenstein watched them leave, heart heavy. Once again, humans were going far away from him. But now he accepted his fate. He turned around and walked into the endless snow, determined to live this life on his own terms, alone, but no longer afraid. So if you like this video, please do subscribe to this channel for more such movie recaps.